girl Topanga. So today I want to talk about high school. I know you're gonna probably like, Topanga, you're like in your 20s. What the fuck are you talking about high school now? Because in my high school career, I went to 4 different high schools, and I'm gonna tell you how each high school was different. The first school I went to was one of the richer schools. It was in a smaller town, but that school had money. That school spent millions of dollars on bleachers that got torn down. That school never put money back into the school for the students. They treated students like they were pieces of shit. In that high school, I saw so many of my friends and classmates either commit suicide or overdose on drugs. It was a bad area. Like, there were so many staff members I knew that were just assholes. They told me I was never gonna graduate. I was never gonna make it in life. I might as well just drop out. They told me that my freshman fucking year when life had gone downhill for me. So, by the way, go fuck yourselves to everybody that said I wasn't gonna graduate, because I did, and I graduated fucking pregnant. So, fuck y'all. But it was a horrible school. It literally was a horrible, horrible school. I would never recommend anybody to go there. Between the staff, the students, and the staff treated each student differently. It depended. If you were like on the football team, a cheerleader, or something like that, they gave a fuck. If you weren't, they didn't give a fuck. And the funny thing is, I was on the lacrosse team at this school. I still got treated like shit. I got treated like an outcast constantly, to the point where I couldn't handle being in that school, and I asked them to transfer me to an alternative school. Biggest mistake I ever did, too. I got transferred to an alternative school that was in the same district as this high school. And the alternative school made me worse mentally. I actually got hella bullied at the alternative school. I got hella bullied at the other school, too. But I got hella bullied at this other school because I wasn't that bad of a kid. But I had asked to go because, again, I wasn't in the right place by the time I asked to go. I wasn't really going to school my freshman year. I wasn't really giving a fuck about school. I had a lot of shit going on. Also, my parents decided that they were going to get divorced my freshman year, so that added a lot on me. But those schools, they were horrible. Like, the alternative school, they had cops there constantly for no fucking reason. They just treated you like absolute shit. And it's sad. I transferred out of that school to go to a different school in a different district that this district had more money. And not in a like, oh, we have money, let's flash it type thing like the first school. No, like, they had money and they put it towards their students. The staff was phenomenal there. They made you feel like you could do anything. I excelled in that other school so much. I went from having a GPA at the first school and the alternative school of like 1 point something to, like, I want to say 4 months later, a 4.0. I was on honor roll. I had A's in every single class. I was going to school every day because I loved it so much. But I would take days off. Like, the second school I went to, third high school I went to, they would have field trips that, they're free and everything. You just signed a waiver. You got your teacher to sign a waiver. I was gone. I had straight A's in high school at that school. I didn't see a reason that I couldn't. I was doing everything and anything. And they made me feel like I was a human being at that school. Like, I could achieve anything. And it really hurt me when I ended up leaving. I wasn't there long, but it was a great school. I got transferred back to the first high school I went back to. And I got more problems and ended up, the last day of school, I fought with the staff hella hard because they told me that I was going to come back and that I needed to get shit done, and I told them to go fuck themselves, that I wasn't coming back to the school for my senior year, and they could kiss my ass. Ooh, were they ready to kill me on that one. But they didn't. You know why? Because I was right. I got transferred to my fourth school, my senior year. New kid. Huge different district that I didn't know anybody at all. and everything else. But it's funny because that school helped me. My last school helped me so much. Their staff was great. I still kind of didn't want to go to school, but I don't think any teenager wants to go to school. But they helped me so much to the point where my principal at my last school paid for 2 night school classes so I could graduate on time, and then I had to pay for an online class so I could graduate on time. I barely graduated. Also, big note, just because I just said that, kids, don't fuck up your freshman year, because it will haunt you and it will bite you in the ass. I learned that lesson on that, but the last school I went to, they didn't really have a lot of money. It wasn't the greatest school ever, but the staff there put so much into their students and had so much pride into thinking that all of us could graduate. No matter what was going on with us, they would push us. They would help us. Like I said, my principal paid for 2 night school classes, and I had to pay for an online class. My principal let me go to prom, even though I wasn't doing the greatest. But because the day that we were going to have makeups so we could go to prom, my mom was getting married, and I couldn't be there. He helped me, like, the last day after, the last day that you could, like, buy your tickets and everything, I barely got to go. But it's because, again, the staff there was phenomenal. I joined clubs, I did a lot, and, I ended up pregnant my senior year, like a few months before I graduated, and, instead of teachers putting you down or principals putting you down because of it happened, they told me, what, you're graduating. You're going to make it in life. We see so much in you that you could do it. And if it wasn't for that school and this third school I went to, I don't think I would have had the pride in myself to graduate on time or anything, let alone graduate pregnant. They helped me. They encouraged me. They told me I could do it. And literally the day I graduated, my principal told me, you did it. You did it. I was so happy, so ecstatic. That's after I don't know how many times of telling everybody, I'm going to drop out. I can't fucking do it. It was amazing, and I felt amazing to do it. My graduation is actually on YouTube. If you guys ever find it, it is on YouTube. It's really cool. You'll see me walk across the stage, and I am pregnant, so it is kind of cool and everything else. So it was, high school wasn't the greatest time of my life. Do I miss it? Yeah. Do I miss certain schools? Of course. Do I hate certain schools? Oh, fuck, yes. Because certain schools are still having huge issues to this day. But, I thank everybody. I thank the schools that put me down more, and I think the schools that raised me up. Because if it wasn't for the negativity and the positivity, I don't think I would have completely made it. And I wouldn't have pushed myself to prove everybody wrong. I wouldn't have had the support to prove everybody wrong. I went back to the first high school I went to after I graduated with my diploma and cap on during their graduation. I saw so many teachers. They looked at me, they're like, Tobago? I'm like, yeah. Like, you graduated? Yeah, I graduated. And I'm pregnant. What now? And I'm making a life for myself and my son. I started from the bottom in a lot of different ways that people will never understand. But I rose to the top as fast as I could. There's been a lot of issues to get to that point. There's been a lot of help to get to this point. But you know what? I did it. I'm going back to school to become an accountant. I grew up so much, and I proved so many people wrong, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for each school for teaching me that there are bad people out in this world, but there are also good people. And it does not matter where they come from. It does not matter how much money they have. It does not matter what they look like. It all depends on the person and how they can help you. But if you guys want more high school stories, let me know in the comments or message me, as I know many of you have me on social media. So do share. Also share some of your stories. I'd like to hear some of your stories, especially if we went to the same school. Share some stories that you have, because I have a lot of different stories that I would love to share more about. But until then, bye guys.